Well, hello! Are you here for a playdate with Nolan? He is in the backyard playing with some balloons and… Wait a minute! Balloons?! Oh no, Nolan! Wait, balloons? Well, that sounds okay, right? And I don't feel any shaking. Okay, let's see what Nolan is up to then. Hey Nolan, what you up to?
Oh great, you're here. I'm trying to lift myself in the air with these balloons, but it's not working, see? Up, up, and away! 3, 2, 1, blast off! Mom, why can't I make this fly?
Oh no, Nolan, you're gonna need a lot more balloons than that.
Well, how many?
Let's see here. The average balloon filled with helium can only lift about 3% of a pound, or 14 grams. That's about as heavy as 3 grapes?
A balloon can only carry 3 grapes? That's it? So it'll probably take 10 or 20 to lift me?
Try thousands, Nolan.
Thousands?
A boy your age weighs about 53 pounds on average, which means it would take 2012 balloons to lift you up.
2012?
Yep.
I'll never get that many balloons. How am I going to lift myself in the air now?
That's the exact right question to ask, Nolan.
What was?
How do you lift yourself up into the air?
I'm not following you, Mom.
Well, instead of a lot of little balloons, why not use one big giant balloon?
Oh, yeah! But wait! Where are you gonna get one big giant balloon? We can't even get a lot of little balloons filled with helium.
Perfectly said, Nolan. Helium is the other problem. Helium is a gas that's lighter than air, so it rises. But do you know what also rises? Hot air.
Mom, I don't know what you're talking about. Giant balloons, hot air rising? Wait! Hot air rising, giant balloons? I get it! A hot air balloon!
That's right, Nolan.
Let's do this! Here we go!
Oh no, Nolan! Wait!
Mom, look at me! I'm a hot air balloon!
I can see that, Nolan! Very nice! Woo!
Mom, just in time! I can't control where I'm going!
That's right, Nolan. Hot air balloons don't have steering wheels. Hot air balloon pilots can only manually control their ascent and descent, but can't steer the balloon in a different direction without changing altitude. They use wind direction and speeds at different heights in order to steer.
I wish we did have a steering wheel.
Why?
Because we're about to hit that tree! Look out!
I got you, buddy.
Whew. Hey, Mom, how'd you do that?
Hot air balloons are based on a very basic scientific principle. Warmer air rises in cooler air.
Why does warm air rise?
Warm air is less dense than cold air, so it rises. See how when I turn on this burner, the heat rises into the balloon?
Yeah?
Well, the big balloon is called the envelope, and as the warm air fills the envelope, it pushes it up.
Okay, but how do we heat the air?
Good question. There are propane tanks and burners, just like the ones we use with our BBQ when we make hot dogs and hamburgers in the backyard.
Hot dogs and hamburgers. Almost got them. So now I know how we go up. But how do we get down?
Another great question, Nolan. See this cord? When I pull it, a valve at the top of the envelope opens. Hot air goes out and the balloon sinks a bit. The longer I keep it open, the further down we go.
Wow, what a view! How high up are we?
About 1,500 feet, which is 200 feet higher than the Empire State Building.
Cool!
Most balloons don't go above 3,000 feet because the winds get less predictable and the air gets harder to breathe.
Look, there's my school, and there's the grocery store. Hey, Mom, where are we going?
I thought we'd take a little trip through history.
Whoa!
I know how you feel.
This is so weird.
You mean the clothes? Well, Nolan, this is how they dressed in 1783, when the first hot air balloon was launched by French scientist Jean-François Pilatre de Roussier.
No, Mom. I mean, the clothes are kind of weird. But what's really weird is that there's a duck, a sheep, and a chicken in here.
Well, that makes sense, Nolan. The first passengers in the first hot air balloon were a duck, a sheep, and chicken. The experiment was performed in the Royal Palace of Versailles in front of a huge crowd, including King Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette.
Okay, this can't get any weirder.
Oh, really? What if I were to tell you that the first balloonists to successfully cross the English Channel did so without pants?
Say what now?
On January 7th, 1785, Jean-Pierre Blanchard and Dr. John Jeffries took their lives in their hands and set off across the English Channel in a balloon. Midway across the channel, the two pilots realized that they were losing altitude. To stay aloft, they needed to lose weight, and so they threw everything they had overboard: the anchors, a propeller, and yes, even their pants. When they arrived at the other end, to the amusement of onlookers, they emerged wearing only their underwear. But at least the trip was a success.
Okay.
But don't worry, things take a turn for the cool here.
Whoa, what is going on down there?
That is the American Civil War in 1863. Abraham Lincoln had a whole aeronautical corps of hot air balloons, mainly used for reconnaissance and surveillance, so they could monitor the movement of the enemy army. This strategy was also used during the Franco-Prussian War and even in World War II.
Why are there so many balloons?
I think it's 1973, the first Balloon World Championship race.
What's happening?
We're traveling around the world like Bertrand Pickard and Brian Jones first accomplished in 1973. It took them 19 days, 21 hours, and 55 minutes.
Are we in space?
Almost, Nolan. We're in the stratosphere. Recently, many companies, including NASA, have been using advanced ballooning to gather data and greatly enhance scientific research. Balloons are used like satellites to study deep space and the Earth, but at a fraction of the cost of a satellite. These balloons are 600 feet in diameter and taller than a 60-story building.
Okay, Mom, this is cool and all, but I think it's time we come down. I know one more fact about balloons.
And what's that, Nolan?
They make great presents. Thanks for the adventure, Mom.
Aww.